we'll go to our slide. Okay, we are here. For a subcontractor, as an example, for the BIM is mainly about detailed planning and coordination. They use 4D to visualize their own scope of work. So, as an example, if you are a subcontractor for a steel erection or a facade installation or MEP sequencing, this help them see exactly when and where they fit in the master plan and how their work interact with other disciplines. So it's all about improving coordination and logistic and site productivity. So 4D help subcontractors turn their weekly look ahead plans into a clear visual. So for the main contractor, for DBIM is a heart of a project control. They are the one integrating all models and schedule from the different subcontractors, create a unified for the environment for planning and the progress tracking and reporting. The main contractor uses 4D to turn simulation and compare baseline versus actual and communication visually with the client and site team. Okay, it's become their main tool for decision making and coordination. So for the main contractor, 4D isn't just a presentation tool, it's a management tool. Okay, so the consultant look at 4D from a review and the validation point of view. Okay, they use 4D model to verify the contractor's methodology, checking if the sequence is logical or not, safe or not, and achievable or not. Okay, so for example, if a structure is scheduled to be casted after to be casted before the foundation is ready. Okay, so the fourth video will highlight this point and you can review it. Okay, so you will back to the planning team and edit this point. Okay, so it's a quality and constructability check tool for them. So consultants don't build, okay, but they make sure what is built makes sense. Okay, 40 give them that power. Okay, so finally the owners representatives uses 4D BIM visibility and decision making tool. They don't need to read detailed schedules. Okay, they simply watch the simulation in a video and understand the project instantly. Okay, so 4D provide them transparency. They can track milestones, understand the progress, and anticipate any delays early. Okay, so it helps them ask the right questions and make informed strategic decision. So for the owner, 4D mean clarity, no surprise, just visibility. Okay, so each stakeholder sees 4D from a different angle. Subcontractors plans their scope and the consultants review constructability and the main contractor control execution and the owner monitors the performance. Okay, so together they form the full 4D BIM ecosystem, everyone connected through time model and data. Okay, so uh, now let's move to one of the most important parts on today's session. This is a workflow in practice. Okay, so this is where all the theory we have discussed in the last slides turn into a real project implementation. I will walk you through the main steps we follow when setting up and running a 4D BIM process. Okay, so Everything started with as a 4D strategy plan. Okay, at this stage, we define the purpose and objectives and deliverables of the 4D model. We align with the project employer information requirements (EIR) and the BIM execution plan. This ensure everyone agrees on the level of detail, frequency of updates, and also the software environment, which whether Synchro or Fozor or Navisworks. Think of this as a rule book for the entire 40 process. If you don't have a clear strategy, you will just be creating a nice animation, not a useful data. Okay, so the next step is to review and control both 3D model and the schedule before integration. Okay, so we check model quality, naming convention, and the structure breakdown, and the element ID, and also verify schedule, activity log, duration, and the WBS. The model and the schedule must speak the same language. So the linking later is smooth. So clean data equal clean result. Okay. So once validated, we import both 3D model and the schedule into our 4D software. As an example, Synchro 4D Pro. Here is the model geometry and the schedule data finally met in the same environment. Okay, so then comes to the most critical phase, the linking model elements to schedule activities. Okay, each element in the model is connected to a task in the schedule. Okay, so this link create the timeline for construction visualization. We can filter by zone, by discipline, which makes it easier to review progress. Okay, if you need to review zone 1 as an example and see the coordination between all disciplines, you can do that by filtering in Synchro. Okay, so after linking, we started developing the sequence. Okay, so we will render a video as the last slide that I showed. You can send this video to a BIM team and the planning team if there any problem. So you decide the logical order of the construction. We define zone levels or work area based on the project layout. This setup brings clarity and structure, especially for larger scale projects like towers, high-rise towers, or infrastructure projects. Okay, so now we build the 4D baseline simulation, which represents the planned sequence of the construction. Okay, so this baseline is approved and becomes the reference for the future update. Okay, so it's usually presented to management and the client for validation. Okay, so at this point, we enhance the model with the site logistic, temporary facilities, or cranes, or hoist, or storage area, or access routes and safety zones. Okay, these elements are critical for realistic planning. Okay, so more accurate logistic, the fewer surprise you will face on the site. Okay, 4D isn't only about what you are building, but also how you are building it. Okay, so also in some videos it's a method statement video. It show you how to build this part. Okay, so once construction starts, we began updating the model with actual progress data. This allows a visual comparison, baseline versus actual, so you can instantly see which elements are completed, which elements are delayed, which elements are pending. So these visuals are great for progress reports and the site coordination meeting. Okay, so finally we hold a periodic workshops with all stakeholders, planners, and engineers and management to review progress simulation and identify any risks and agree on mitigation actions. Okay, so uh, turns 4D BIM into a live communication platform, not just a visual tool. So as you can see, the 4D workflow is not a single step. Okay, so it's a continuous cycle of planning, linking, updating, and improving. When done properly, it creates a powerful feedback loop between the site and the digital model, and all of that helping everyone make faster and smarter decision. Okay, so as you see here is an example from a BIM execution plan that shows you a workflow, how to get as a result approve the schedule and 4D model. This should be I think people here so this chart in a BIM execution plan. So we convert this chart to the strategy plan in the last slide. Okay, so and the result of this chart, this workflow to get a approved schedule and approved for the model. Okay, so also in BIM execution plan here, some requirements as you see for facing and planning and the first sequence, they ask they define the 4D model for you. Okay, so and also in the bottom part in data classification and segregation, they asked you to put a 4D parameters on your model. Okay, so you can then link it by auto-matching rules. Okay, so you need to speed and automate the process. Now let's talk about three core stages of 4D development. Okay, how a simple 3D model and schedule evolve into a complete professional 4D deliverable. Okay, so the first one is a initiation stage. Okay, the first stage is the initiation stage. So you are a 4D now, and you have a new project, and we need to discover this project, and you will start, and you need to put a plan. So the first one is first stage is initiation stage. Okay, so here our main goal is to make sure that the level of details in the model is properly aligned with the work breakdown structure. Okay, so I will tell you something. Uh, in all cases, or many cases in actual, they give us the design models, not a construction model. Okay, so design model not divided into zones. If you so one slab, and you need to assign this slab to four tasks. Okay, so you need to divide this slab into four parts. Okay, who will do that? Okay, the BIM team will divide this slab into four parts to assign each part on the in his own task. Okay, also in design models, they model the wall in a multi-layer. Okay, so but when assigning the process, you will assign each layer in one task. Okay, as an example, plastering work and painting work and everything in modeling stage or design model, all of that in one element. Okay, so you need to split it and convert it to a parts, and it will cause many problems to the next stage, and you can convert these parameters to the construction model. Okay, so we need to we need to discover all these parts to tell them to the BIM team to edit it before linking stage. Okay, so this is the first point. The second point, you also need to review your baseline or schedule. Okay, you need to check work breakdown structure. Okay, the problem that I faced in the baseline, I can't find the right task for this 3D element. I can't assign it. Which task I will be assigned? Okay, so there are missing tasks. So you will tell the planning team to add this task and develop this baseline and increase the WBS to be constructible. Okay. Um, this is all about presentation and consistency. So if the model and the schedule don't speak the same language from the start, the entire 4D process will suffer later. Okay, so good preparation in the initiation stage means a small linking stage later. Okay, so the next stage is it's a link stage. Okay, so once we have alignment, we move into the linking stage. This is where the real integration begins. Okay, we start connecting model elements to the schedule tasks, either manually or through auto-matching parts. Okay, so the 4D planners who not have any BIM skills, they can link the schedule to the BIM model manually. Okay, by selecting each element to assign the right task. Okay, or the second part is a professional part and automated part. It's auto-matching function after assigning your 4D parameters or 4D sequence parameters or any parameters that will help you in assigning process. You will assign it in your model, and after going into Synchro, you can make some auto-matching rules and you can connect them together in 1 minute. Okay, so also in this point especially, there are no 4D professionals in the market. Okay, but you have a 4D BIM professional in the market. Okay, so if you have a good BIM team, you can integrate it with your planning team, and the planning team, he can divide the schedule into a small Excel sheets, and give every sheet to a person in a BIM team, and he can assign the activity يعني, inshallah. So this is the automated part for the linking stage. Okay, so finally we move to the output enhancement stage, and this stage is where we turn the technical model into a professional. Okay, so easy to understand presentation. Okay, so we refine visual using video editing and design tools such as Adobe Premiere and After Effects or InDesign to create clear and high quality simulation. Okay, and the purpose here is communication. Okay, making sure every stakeholder from the site engineer to top management can understand the sequence and the plan clearly. So a strong 4D model isn't just accurate, it's visually clear and professionally present. Okay, so to summarize, initiation aligns the data, and the linking connect it, and output enhancement communicates it. Okay, these three stages from the backbone of every successful 4D BIM workflow. So I will give you a real example. Okay, as you see here, this is a screen record from Synchro. It's an auto matching process. This is a model after a sign. So as you see, if we stop that here, okay, as you see, it's about over 8,000 elements assigned in less than 1 minute. Okay, in seconds. Okay, so after that, we simulate our sequence and record this simulation and send it to planning team and the main team to review it. If there are any problems, we will back to the cycle and refine the baseline or refine coding in the model, and we'll start in the next stage. Okay, so also this is an example of 4D simulation. As you see, as a result, you have a baseline view. Okay, and also have an actual view, have baseline tasks and the actual tasks. So you can compare it at any stage. Okay, here as you see excavation and you have excavation in actual, and you can compare them together. Okay, also you can make a separate video for floor section in floors, and give me a plan for ground and the first and second and and roof. So in this stage, okay, as you see, I can see the MEP works inside the floor, so you can divide it into many floors for each floor, or you can divide it in each zone. Okay, and this template fit the requirements of the client. Okay, so we take sometimes to reach to this template. Okay, so The next 4D simulation sample. Okay, as you see here, some results from Synchro. Okay, and also the same sequence from Synchro. Okay, all of that in Synchro. This is the same thing. We have a baseline view and actual view, and you have each view for each discipline. Okay, so this is one proposal. You can make another proposal for each floor. So there are many proposals to cover all client requirements. Okay, so it's not just one video. Okay, it's need to cover all requirements and keep everything clear to all stakeholders. Okay, also, as I told, there are many tools you need to learn, like a Premiere or After Effects, to add this charts and connect it with Synchro. Okay, so all of that, it's a Synchro output, but need to be a good presented. Okay, so in the market there are many people providing for the simulation, but the best one who will deliver a good information and a good benefits, also with a good quality. Okay, so to be competitive to other competitors. Yeah. Okay. Also, we have also another example here. You can also identify any delays on the site. Okay, so if you go to at the same time, you can highlight the delayed one and ahead one, and also compare it to the baseline. You can do anything. It's all these reports must be fit requirements for your client, or be according to the BIM execution plan. Okay. Let's move to the The next sample is for the animation. Okay, let me tell you something. What's the difference between the 4D simulation and the 4D animation? Okay, as I told in the stage in tender stage, 4D animation will be very good in tender stage. So you need to make a detailed 4D model. Okay, so you need tell the client that you are capable of to deliver, and you need to highlight the milestones, and you need also to show to show your sequence. Okay, but to يعني كامل at the end of this session ان شاء الله. and the room show him scaffolding and the hoists and the cranes and everything. So the main benefit of these videos to compete other competitors in the tender stage. Okay, and here are two examples. Okay, the main software is we have Navis work model. Okay, NWD model or native file in Revit, and also you need to deliver the or you need to have a schedule from the planning team. Okay, uh, and also you need to connect them in Synchro before doing this animation, because if you have a 2D animation you can't connect them. Okay, so you need to connect it connect all of them in Synchro at first, and then you can start with this video in the next stage by link all these elements in another software like Twinmotion or Alumion or 3D Max or Cinema 4D. Any software do any animation. Okay, so this is for the animation samples. Okay. Let's back to another report. It's an interactive report. Okay, you can't cover all parts of your 4D in one video. You need to deliver many reports to cover all parts of the project. Okay, so but if I give you an interactive dashboard by a link, you can open it in by clicking in the link on Google Chrome as an example. You can just review it as you see an example. You have the model from ECC. Okay, and this model must have the activity ID data from schedule. every element is a container, and you can store any data in this model. Each model must have the right activity ID from the schedule. Okay, so we need to connect all of this together. Okay, the schedule with the baseline, schedule with the model. Okay, so as you see, you can highlight everything, and everything will be isolated in the model. I think it will be very helpful to the top management. This report is for my friend Terry. I took his permission to put here in my presentation. This is basically built in Power BI, and you have a native Revit files, have its own model, and you can use many tools like VCAD or there are many tools. I will give you a reference after the session, inshallah. Okay, this is an example of our interactive dashboard. Also, I have another examples, but it's very confidential to show it in our presentation. Okay, so the next for the interactive report, it's a very trendy workflow in these days. It's how to convert your Synchro 4D model to be in a game engine like Unreal Engine. Okay, so you need a good quality. Okay, but and also need to connect it with a schedule, and I need to keep everything updated and integrated. Okay, so if you use Twinmotion, it's not related to your baseline or schedule. Okay, it's just animation. But if I need an live render with good quality and everything is connected, the model connected, the schedule connected, and everything is connected in a cloud. Okay, so I will give you the process. As you see, this is the model in Synchro. As you see, it's with a good quality, and this ticket charge from Google API Mesh. You can download it from. You can watch some videos on YouTube to how to get this part to import it in Synchro. Okay, and you can simulate your baseline. Okay, the process. And after that, we have another software called Synchro Control. It's like Autodesk Construction Cloud. We have a local file in as a Revit. We can upload it in Autodesk Construction Cloud. Here are the same in Synchro. We have another cloud software. It's called Autodesk Construction Cloud, but unfortunately, it's available only the high price license. It's about $5,000 per year. And the fractional license, it's about $2,000 or $3,000 per year. But it's for the full license. Okay, so you can upload your model, and you can use them. It's a link. It's called iTwin Synchronizer. Okay, so after uploading your Synchro model to Synchro Control, it's in a cloud. Okay, you can then link it to the Unreal Engine by a plugin called iTwin Synchronizer. Okay, after that, you can directly import it in Unreal Engine, and after importing it in Unreal Engine, you need to learn some basics or some scripts in Unreal Engine. Like in Revit, we have a dynamo in Revit. Okay, the same thing in Unreal Engine, but it's called a blueprint. Okay, some scripts you can learn it, and you can learn it from YouTube courses. Okay, but the main issue is to have the license or the full license of Synchro that have Synchro Control. Okay, so after that, you can get interactive dashboard. I can give you a application like Gata or any game. You can open it in your PC. Also, I can give you a web-based application, small application. You can integrate it. Okay, as you see, this is the charts and this is the timeline, and this is a button for all stages. Okay, you can press on all in any stage, and you will go to the and will execute this part. Okay. interactive reports. So we have two interactive reports. We have a Power BI dashboard, and we have Unreal Engine workflow. The two softwares that use this workflow, it's Pixel Manager and Synchro 4D. Okay, so this two software, and I will give you a reference after this meeting, inshallah. Okay. So now let's talk about something that everyone asks me, how I can start and become a 4D professional. Okay, the answer isn't just learning software. Okay, it's about combining planning and the BIM visualization and also communication skills. So here I will give you a learning bus. This is some courses from Bentley. You can watch all these courses and you can be a Synchro certified professional for free. Okay, from my point of view, there is no courses in YouTube or in everything like Bentley videos. You have all levels, intermediate and beginner and professional, and you can earn a certificate for accreditation. Okay, so the first foundation is a planning. Okay, you need to understand how schedule work, things like logic, sequence, and the critical path. So learn tools such as Primavera, B6, and the Microsoft Project. This is what give you the structure and the timing need for the modeling. Okay, so without strong planning fundamentals, 4D just become animation, not a management tool. So if you can't read a schedule or you can't control a project, even in 4D, it will be a problem. Okay, so next you move to a BIM tools. Okay, and we will stop at this part. Here in this meeting there are planners and we have BIM specialists and we have another disciplines. Okay, so if you are from planning background, you need to have some BIM skills like how to deal with the BIM models in Revit. You also need to know the entire process of linking or adding parameters to the models. Okay, so but if you are from the planning from the BIM side, you need to have a good background for the planning. What is the important reports that we can export from Primavera, how to deal with Primavera, how to export the critical path, everything. You need to have a good planning background to handle with Synchro, because Synchro is a planning tool. Okay, so next you move to BIM tools and modeling, focus on Revit and for model creation and Navis work. So there are two options. The clients can give you native files in Revit or can give you an NWD or NWC or then NWF files. You can handle with them. So there are many plugins you can export your model. If you know these plugins, it will be easy. But you need to learn Revit, or at least you need to know the internal process of coding inside Revit. Okay, how to add or copy parameters from the Excel sheet and copy them to the right elements. And in this part, there are many tools you can integrate the process and can develop a Revit API plugins, or you can make mastering sheets, or you can make a dynamo scripts. You can يعني as you know, Revit model is a structure. You can convert it as an Excel sheet by tools like Direct One. You can export it like structure columns and slabs and everything. So you have an Excel sheet for your Revit model, and you have an Excel sheet for your baseline. So if you are an Excel expert, you can integrate all of them together. And if you are a Revit API developer, or you have a skills in Dynamo, you can make something good with this two sheets. Okay. So the focus, so understanding how models are structured, named, and categorized is a critical for linking. So let's say something. Okay, so if you are a structural engineer, okay, and you need to learn 4D, so but if you are a 4D, you will deal with MEP parts, all trades, mechanical and electrical and low current and everything in MEP. And also you will deal with infrastructure parts, roads and drainage and open channels. And if you have many disciplines, so if you need to become a 4D professional, you need to have the knowledge for all these disciplines. You need only to need what is how to select the duct, how to select the duct fitting, how to select the pipes. You need to do all of that. So if you can't learn or you can't know this disciplines, you will face a big problem in 4D process. Okay, so this is a very very important part. Okay, so once you are comfortable with planning and the BIM, you can step into the world of 4D tools. Okay, so mainly I prefer Synchro because it's have a good planning engine. Okay, uh, and if you need a good quality, and if you need to make some logistics and make animations in cranes and everything, you can use Fozor. Or you can, if you need dashboards or you can integrate, you need some costs integration, you can use Pixel. Okay, so these are software I prefer. Okay, so here you will learn how to link element and create sequence and simulation realistic to and generate professional 4D outputs. So 4D is where planning become visual, so where time meet geometry. Okay, so the next K area is data visualization. So if you need uh, to deliver for the interactive, you need to learn Power BI, as you see, and you need to have a good background with Excel. So because you need to handle with a structured data, you need to handle with the Excel sheets. Okay, and then you can import it directly into Power BI and you can visualize it. Okay, so Power BI is a very very good tool to cover all for deliverables to the clients. Okay, so finally, to improve your presentation and visualization skills, you need to learn tools like Adobe Premiere and Photoshop and After Effects. So, as an example, I can't merge all of these parts in one report. Okay, I need to merge the baseline with the actual the active tasks and actual active tasks and the baseline actual tasks and all this. I can't render all of that at the same time from Synchro. Okay, so you need to render each part separately and you can merge them together by video editing software. So remember, the goal is not just to build a model but to tell a story. Okay, so a professional, clear and visually engaging 4D report can make all the difference in the client presentation and approval. Okay, so technical skills gets you the model. Okay, creative communication gets you the audience. Okay, so to become a complete 4D professional, you need to mix all of these skills. Okay, planning knowledge and the map understanding, and also 4D technical expertise and data visualization, and also presentation skills. So when you combine all five, you are not just a software user, you become a true 4D BIM specialist capable of transforming how projects are planned and delivered. So now we finished our content, and there are questions available for anyone to ask. So you can uh, write your question in the chat, and I will answer for each one. Okay. Also, if you need to talk in microphone, you can open microphone and raise your hand and ask your question. Okay. So, alaikum salam. You are working in contractor. Very good. Very good. In tender process. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Hmm. So okay, very good. If you need to focus on site logistics and equipment moving and with a good quality, from my point of view, you can use Fuzzer. Okay, so but we can get a good quality from Synchro, and I will give you the process to get a good quality from Synchro. But if you need to create a moving for equipments, how to take this part and put it in another site, and you can do some charts or indication for a crane. I think Fozor it will be better for the tendering stage. Okay, so from my point of view, but for me I am providing two solutions. The first one was Synchro. I must do that in Synchro, okay. And the second one I do it by another software called Twinmotion or any another animation software. There are many companies all over the world do their tender by other tools like Lumion or 3D Max or Cinema 4D. There are many tools can create your animation. Okay, so you are in tendering process, not a simulation process. Okay, you need to cover the milestones and you need to cover the right sequence of work. Okay, so I think from my point of view, you need to learn the two methods. But I prefer in logistic, I prefer Fuzor. Okay, but the license is very cost.